In other news, the new Nest Audio is squarely focused on bringing higher quality sound to those who are already in the Google Home ecosystem. They claim 50% more bass and 75% more volume compared to the previous Google Home. There's a 19mm tweeter for high frequency sound and a 75mm midwoofer to bring that bass. And it'll come in 5 shades. Notably, it's available for just $100 US. Dang, Sonos, watch out. Because that whole thing where you guys charge a lot of money for your smart speakers looks like it's not going to be a thing for much longer. Sonos be mad too about Google allegedly infringing their patents. So we're going to see how that plays out. Finally, there's a Chromecast TV with Google TV, which is great because Google TV is great. And yeah, so it's just a rebranding of like Android TV, but hey, cool. And YouTube TV is integrated. There's an entire live TV section that acts as like a live guide, but it does not support Stadia, at least at launch, for all dozens of you out there who are running Stadia. Congratulations, by the way. Thanks for paving the way for the rest of us. Hey, no, I'm serious. I'm serious right now. Like, I'm not going to...
You think Stadia is going to stick around? You don't think they're just going to drop it?
Okay, well, it's Google, so they might drop it, but not everybody will. What did they drop recently? Yeah. They just, remember, I think it was on WAN Show last week, we were joking about Google Cardboard. I'm like, does anybody still do that? Yeah, they formally dropped Daydream. So Google's whole...
Daydream as a whole, really?
Daydream's whole VR, Google's whole VR, AR strategy seems to have been a bunch of engineers that got a nerd on for it a few years ago, and we're like, wow, we should like VR, and then there was no business case for it whatsoever because people are not going to do that. Like, they're not going to put their phone in some stupid holder and strap it to their head to like watch Netflix. That's ridiculous. It's not comfortable, and it looks awful. And so they've accepted that it's dead. Like, honestly, sometimes I really do wonder if Google practically runs like Valve, where you just wander around and work on stuff that you think is interesting, roll your desk over to, like, you know, I don't know, the Hangouts Meet project. Like, oh, hey, wow, this is like got the same name as like Hangouts, but like Meet. Is it a corporate offering? No, not really. Oh, it's like... If I have the Hangouts app and the Hangouts Meet app on my phone, I'll just get 2 notifications for the same message. Wow, that seems like a great idea. I'm gonna roll my desk right up here. And I mean, don't get me started on YouTube Stories. YouTube Stories has gotten, as far as I can tell, like 2 updates since they launched it over a year ago. And get this. The first Fold, my first complaint that I couldn't use the Galaxy Fold as my daily driver because YouTube Stories doesn't work on it, for what reason, I don't know, was 10 months ago. And yet, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I pressed the create button and I got, well, whatever, you can't see that. Don't worry about it. I got go live and I got video. No stories, no community posts. Why? What difference does it make? Just put the f***ing button in there. 10 months. Like, they've got this completely, like, scatterbrained approach to product development. I don't understand how they get anything done.
Usually it seems like unless something completely blows it out of the park, it's dead. And Stadia, sure as heck, did not blow it out of the park. So I'm expecting it's just dead in the water. I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
Have I talked? Go ahead.
Sorry. When Google abandoned something, it's not like they like open sourced it all.
No, you're just
so like the paving the way idea. The reason why I like jumped on that is like it's just dead, and all the work they did on it is just going to rot.
Okay, so here's a good one. I was a happy Google Play Music user. Google Play Music is getting sunsetted very soon. Well, you didn't even pay for it, but I was a happy paying Google Play Music user, and they're sunsetting it in favor of YouTube Music. I have sent a complaint about this to the YouTube team because apparently it's like YouTube now. I'm like, hey, You guys have a couple of absolutely game-breaking problems here that are going to turn me from a paying customer into a non-paying customer. Here they are in no particular order. Number one, Google Play Music can cast directly to my Sonos ecosystem in my house that I have spent hundreds, nay, thousands of dollars on at this point. YouTube Music needs to do that. If it doesn't, I'm going to Spotify, which has that functionality, because I hate Sonos's own app. It's horrible. So what I want is to use the native app for my music service and then just cast it to my Sonos speakers. That's the world I want to live in. And they're like, oh yeah, that's great feedback. Thanks. Number two, get this. On my family plan, which I had for Google Play Music, and I intend to continue having for YouTube Music, on my family plan, I have my children and you. So all my dependents, basically. So I got you and I got my kids, right? And they use Google Play Music all the time because they can play music in their room. I've got a Sonos speaker in almost every room in my house now, and they like listening to music. And they're pretty tech savvy. My son's got a phone, so they use it. YouTube Music has the same damn restrictions as the full YouTube video app. So if you're under 13, you can't use it. What is the point of a family plan for a service that your kids can't use? How is that a thing? I don't know if they've actually fixed that one yet, but how can you be like, yeah, here's the date when this service is going away completely. By the way, if you have a family or if you have a third-party smart speaker, I don't get it. How are you a billions of dollars company? What was wrong? What was wrong with Google Play Music? If you had to have it be YouTube Music, just rebrand it or something. I'm sure there's some technical reason.
The YouTube Music app is just super not as good as well.
I know. Is it as simple as the licensing for music videos and stuff that they, because I noticed that there were songs that are clearly uploaded through Vivo accounts officially to YouTube that for whatever reason I couldn't listen to in Google Play Music. Was this just a licensing thing? If so, just copy that code base and add the features. Why are you reinventing the wheel all the time?
Just stop, Google.
Just stop. For your own good. Just stop.
Leave Google Music alone.
It just makes me so angry. How is reminders still not working for G Suite users? I cannot set a reminder on my phone because I pay for the feature or for the service. If I had it for free, the feature would work. How does that make any sense? Months.
I use the root main account for my phone. I use as my personal account so that I can set reminders.
Well, I don't have a personal. It would take so much work for me to move all my calendars and all my crap over to my personal Gmail account. I don't.
It's annoying.
Use it.
I did this I think I did that with my shift to my Pixel 2 XL.
So dumb.
Because my previous one was my work email because I actually prefer it that way for a bunch of reasons. But now I've shifted it over.
So dumb.
Yeah.